So it is here, 1 cell of diesel produces almost 7 cells of diesel. So it's actually worse towards a whole cell, but we have no way to put it little by little and let it get the storage full, like here, then stop feeding fuel. It would be great if we could do that, but we cannot do it. But put this aside, let's do some automation of power. A small one, but I have the diesel, but I'm gonna do some automation to have power with something more common, like charcoal. First, let's get 80 basic machine casings and 80 machining parts. And let's all assemble them so they can be made into machine holes. It's kind of strange that here I need to make the machine hole while in Tech 5 it is the default of the machine holes. Let's grab some titanium here and plate it so we can use it to make our sag mill. Now let me just wait for it. Well, while I wait for that, I come down here to get more crops be processed. Because I forgot to check that to make the machine holes take more than a minute and a half. And I'll show you that I have made a place for our crops to go. I have a chest here, where I just toss everything that is gonna be processed from the crops here. And let's go up there, and I'd like to see something that use in the future. This is something very good about Greg Tech, that how stable it is, that one build that I can make here in Greg Tech 4 actually works in Greg Tech 5. As you can see here, we have here the 3 extractors aside and another 3 extractors aside with the out disengaged pipe system that I developed in Greg Tech 5. So I could make it in Greg Tech 4, and it is pretty solid. The only difference is that you don't have the packer here, but you have the electric crafting table. It's set to dust mode, so when you get a knock of the semi-dusting, it will just make a whole dust of it. That is a solid construction of Greg Tech. Unfortunately, there is no option to do this in Greg Tech 6 because the Greg I knew and kind of like it to play is no more. Alright, it is done. You have a beautiful 80 machine block box. Let's grab the titanium plate as well. So we can come here and finish this recipe here and get ourselves the sag mill from Ender IO. Now just attach to the power stuff here and let's grind some sand to get some silicon. While you're here, let me grab the rest of the material. We need my wrench here. Gonna require headstone controller covers, headstone conductors, shutters, some cable, and energy detectors. And then I still need something to hold the power, but for now, let's just wait a bit. And I still need to think where I'm gonna place it. Well, for the start, let's place here, right here, close to the place where the charcoal is being produced. So let me grab these generators here. Core power is a very simple and straightforward way to get power, but it's a problem because it's not easy to automate it. We don't have that much options of how items, I suppose. So I took some time and thinking, and I found a way to automate the production of power using charcoal. First, let's make sure everything is into a single chunk. I don't know much use thinking too much about it. Here we have the generators, here we have the pipes coming into the generators, and another one, just because I can. Now let's separate the pipes. Very simple building as ever. Place some shutter into the opposite side. And some control. That goes into the top. Now we need to actually invert this because this is not what I want it to be. Just invert it so it's open by default. Now here we're gonna place our machine boxes. That is the soul of this building. I'm now gonna place energy detectors on each one of it. And I'll use my screwdriver to set everything to normal average electric input. So as long as when it receives power, it's gonna emit a headstone. Very well. Now we're gonna get our iron frames here, place it on the ceiling, and place a headstone conductor into the bottom of it. So any headstone is sent into the iron flame is gonna be directed to the downside of it. And I just place it right here. So the thing work as follows. When the generator receives the charcoal, gonna produce power that go into the machine box. When the machine box starts to receive power, it's going to emit a headstone signal and cause the pipe to disconnect. So it's only receiving a small amount of fuel. When it is completely empty with quotes, with commas, it's gonna turn off the headstone, open the pipe, and get more. To demonstrations, let's just show this. Let's put some pipe here with a hopper and everything else. Since this is 4 machine boxes, each one is gonna be a full amperage of low voltage. So this is putting all the 4 together a medium voltage. But since each generator can only produce 10 EU, it's actually only 40. So be warned of that. But we have a little catch here. I'm gonna place the sensor here that I stole from the blast furnace to show that the power is coming in. The thing is that each machine box has a minimum internal storage of 1000 EU before starting to send in any power. So if I try to run this into the recent put state, it's not gonna work as it should be. Each one is gonna receive more than one coil before closing up. So let's just let some oxoplanes to fill up that minimum energy storage. And you might even see it disconnect itself, as you see. And now it's now connecting back. Now if I place some charcoal here, you're gonna see it's closing up and generating power. Just one charcoal here. And it's gonna burn and produce power for us. When this has run out, it's gonna open the pipe and get another one, a single one. And since the generator has an internal storage of 4000 EU, that is the same amount that a charcoal produces. So even if we have a little extra charcoal here before the internal storage is completed, it not be wasted. Essentially, after one, disconnect. Simple and easy. But we have one here in the pipe. But if you are paying attention, you probably see that we already have some kind of trouble, because when this is full and cannot receive any more power, the power is gonna stay here until it gets completely full, and the electric input is gonna be 0. So we will not send the signal and not cut the pipe off. So you need to think in a way to actually make it stop. But for now it is pretty okay for me. And this setup here can be replicated with any type of generator. I will have a same setup here for all this creosote oil that I have here. And probably another one for the diesel cell, this biofuel cells here. Because it don't burn that fast here. And also increase this to have a processing array for the compressor and the extractor, because the canning is pretty fast on itself. Just the compression of sugar canes and the extraction of the fuel is take time. Now there is some automated charcoal power I have here. Now what's left is to actually give it some storage and collect main power and thinking to a way to stop it. Well, the most obvious solution would be to make it a machine casing, machine hole that can withstand the medium voltage of the power. So let's make it place down here, apply transformer. Now it can receive safely medium voltage. Now just attach a little energy detector I'm eating and cause an inversion. I can just use a shorted headstone and actually just cut the pipe off from the pipes. There's gonna be a lot of confusion. Let's make some hydraulic from Project Bread. And this hydraulic compound is just headstone with iron. Different. And now the setup here is not perfect because it's gonna get empty very quickly. Place it here. We below it and we invert it. So when it is full, it's gonna not emit headstone. And that's right. I need the framed version of it. We can just use some dirty. Getting dirty. I don't need the cable. I could use the another headstone anyway. Oh, they should be working as intended. As you see, the power is off because it has completely full. Well, it's working, I guess. So I still need to choose how I'm gonna set up the power actually go into my main power line. Ah, well, I made the setup here. It's not pretty. It's actually very ugly. But here we have the same setup from one side to another side, and I forgot to bring the pipes. On the side here I have the same setup. We have here for charcoal, but this one is for creosote oil. And I made some kind of a system here using headstone that we have it. Not it's kind of difficult to see, but we have a double controller into the pipe for charcoal. The bottom one we're gonna only open for it when there is no more creosote oil to burn. Exactly, that's right. I plan to only start with charcoal when all this creosote here has been burned out. When this happens, I'm gonna open the pipe. And the pipe here will only open to the side when this is not full. So when they need power, you're gonna open up the two of it to actually work. There is only one thing missing here. Let us put a sensor here. Yes, a sensor, a medium voltage stuff here. That is simple because we can abuse industrial craft here. It don't explode on higher voltages. As I see here, I have two machine box with the transformer upgrade, so each one is medium voltage. So this together make half of a high voltage, but it don't explode. So we can just place it here, and you see that the power is gonna start to flow in. Now all left to do is to connect a fluid pipe to make the creosote run here. I was going to place it here, but we have a headstone here. So go this way. Now you all should start working, I suppose. No, you're not. Why? You don't accept it? Oh, I don't need to actually extract. Duh. Now it should work. Should work. Oh damn. First one going, second going, third going, and fourth one going. And soon power gonna be starting generated, I suppose. And here you go, power is flowing, and the creosote is going. We have one setup here, and as you see, we have power of 1. And this is what the same system showing to the pipes that they will not get completely full, so every same freely work together with a little amount of it. Let's see how much each one. When the creosote has completely run out, it's going to start burning charcoal to feed our power system. And here we have the cable going up here into the second floor. I still need to choose a good way to actually wire this. And come all the way here with this. That as you can see is selected code cable, but I had placed complete phone on it. So it's not looking so different from this side. And it's not a problem. I can just grab here my disparator here in the sensor of the industrial grinder. I can come just here and paint it. You see no difference now, do you? That's why I love construction foam. It's just not resistant and useful into this version. It's also pretty. This obscurator takes a huge amount of power. As you see, my sensor is not keeping full because this gets so much power. I believe it's more than medium voltage. Now that we have some kind of power generation that it goes on and off as we need it, I do not need to go here and manually do that. And since it's creosote oil, where it's completely full, it will not burn anymore, different from the charcoal. So we have power to expand. So let's expand this power, shall we? I got this much of hobby. It's not much, but it is a beginning. Let's start the processing it into our industrial grinder. Have some bauxite here, some grosula, and small titanium for us to smelt. So now we have more titanium. But you go, Ruby. I believe it's the only option for now. It's with water, yes, it's only water. Don't have the option with the mercury. But we cannot get mercury anyway. Oh, 10% chance of getting chrome dust. But doing so here, we get it too small, so we get a half of chrome dust each time, and it's 100%. So go. Now the power don't get down. Yes, this is what I want. But unfortunately, even if the 4 those run, the 4 that is run, it's not a medium voltage amperage, so when the cells is completely drained up, it does not fill as quickly as before. Unfortunately. That's why I have my biofuel as a reserve. I started doing the automation here, but it's not complete. Because this one here, it takes too much time to actually work. You will see one here and the other is empty. Because it takes so much to extract a cell that it's not fast enough to fill the other ones. So I need to, as I said just a moment ago to you, but days for me, make more compressors, make more extractors, because this is long. But my original plan for power was to make a ton of steel and actually make the turbine from Craft. It requires a bunch of steel. 4 blocks and 4 plates for this, and nearly 4 of this, so let's see. 4, 18, 12, 16, plus 16 plates to make just the turbines. They need to make the turbine disc. That is a block of steel and multiple blocks that are more steel to make the turbine disc, to make it triple, make the turbine rotor to generate power for us. But it is a very, very easy way to do that, and it's not that difficult actually. Just as a bunch of steel. And to get more wood, but charcoal is kind of okay. Now that we have this power here, it's time to actually start thinking about getting a better power storage. It's full of small hobby dust. So let's make some MEFE, shall we? Require basic machine energy crystals that are compressing energy and dusty. That is 4 ruby and 5 headstone. Simple as that. And since we're getting ruby here, I guess we're good to go. And here we go. We have a bunch of ruby, an entire stack of a small pile of chromium and a little extra ones, and 1, 2, 3 stacks of ruby dusty with a plus of a small ruby. That's very nice. Now let's just put everything into a single stack. So I can go by hand because this is quickly. 18 chrome dust. That is very nice. I can use it to make stainless steel. I need this to educate some manganese for it. And a little Cantal dust. This is also used to make the chromium ingot, to make the plating, to make the highly advanced machine block and the advanced machine casing. I'm gonna require this for some future smeltings, future processes. Sorry about that. And we have this rubber here that I can just macerate it to get more ruby dust. That's so nice. Then I can use this to make energy, or if I want to electrolyze it to get ruby dusty, aluminum, compressed air, and chrome. This is a way to get chrome. That's why I always make the head field, to have a way to generate the ruby foam headstone. But I cannot make the centrifuge yet, so I cannot go to this path. And also gain some mercury that you can use to make some industrial grinding stuff here to get more resources or more power as well. But this is the thing we use. Is it done? It's done. Completely done. Almost an entire stack of it. That is very, very, very nice. Now I want to talk to you that you might think that you might find the next episode stranger than this one that passed, because things are going to go faster, because now that I have a power generation, I can just grind stuff more easily, and you might gonna end up advance the workshop a lot into a single goal, because now it's just a question of upgrading stuff. What I want to do next is to make enough material so I can go to the end and kill the dragon, because I need to go to the end to get some manganese and make the stainless steel to make the industrial centrifuges. That's gonna be my goal for the next part of it. So anyway, this is On God. See you again.